about like $16.
That's me live on Twitch, by the way, while we're discussing the shipping cost of Twiglet.
Oh, I'm not still live because I'm still cropping.
That's
I know,
all
we're
Oh.
gonna have a bit pre-warning.
That's alright.
The...
I could add my Bookshop.
We can't see you on the layout anyway. You're all like lying down, all squinting sideways.
I'm just gonna send you
You're
one
hiding.
Twiglet and
There you
just
go,
stick
that's
it to a
better.
card. So you get one tiny Twiglet to eat.
We should appeal to stream. Viewers in America,
Chip in together for some Twiglet.
get some Twiglets to brew.
There you go.
Christmas time, and America needs some Twiglets.
I mean, the picture on the bag doesn't make them look very appetizing anyway.
They're not.
You have to trust us. You have to trust us.
You know what? I'm gonna get my Twiglets ready, but I have to be careful because they're also dirty. So if I eat them, you get like a brown covering to your fingers.
Like Cheetos fingers but brown.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll get my Twiglets ready.
So if you're just joining us, viewers, we're educating our American friend on a British institution that is Twiglets. Because it's Christmas time.
I can get a 45-gram bag for like $8.
Oh, that's a pretty small bag,
That'll
but
work.
that's
Yeah.
a reasonable price.
But to try it.
Yeah.
And it would arrive before Christmas.
Oh yeah, do that. Do it. Don't spend $100 fucking dollars,
Yeah.
bro.
Here's the Twiglets for everyone in case we get sponsorship. For
Yay!
I've even got
Twiglets,
mini Twiglets.
Twiglets,
yeah.
if you're watching, we're just telling our American friends how much we love you.
I need tiny Twiglets of joy. Oh,
Some of the keywords in these reviews. So, mind you, 3.1 stars out of 5. Acquired taste. Tastes like burnt. Small bag.
True.
Twiglets.
All true.
Awful.
It tastes like burnt. That's funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, watching on Twitch and later watching on YouTube on my channel and on Leo's, welcome to Call of Cthulhu RPG. This is Horror on the Orient Express. We are in the Prologue, London 1893, the Blood Red Fez. This is Chapter 2. Thanks in advance for watching. We are coming to you live tonight from Scotland, England, Chile and the USA. Over to you then, Leo, our keeper.
All right, thank you, Oliver. Well, yeah, we're going to continue the prologue of this big Call of Cthulhu campaign. And, well, I have with me this fine cast of investigators. And let's see how they fare tonight. Last episode, well, you, the audience, can check out the last episode on my YouTube channel or Oliver's channel. But to do a little, very, very quick summary, well, after helping your friend Julius Smith with a little emergency he had last night that ended in the bloodbath inside a shabby apartment building in the slums of London, he revealed to you the everything he knows about this wicked artifact, the Blood Red Fez. Okay, and you found this student who has this fez on him, and well, after he was about to die, and when he did expire, he transformed into a hideous monster, and the face just fell into the floor. After all the ruckus that this all caused, you managed to grab the face and secure it. After that, you had a meeting next Monday, with your friend Professor Julius Smith, and he explained you several things about this artifact that he and his colleague in Constantinople, a professor called Professor Demir, are trying to destroy the artifact. They know an individual called Maincap brought this fest to London. Who knows with what nefarious purposes? And this guy that died, that was a victim of this fest, was a student of Professor Demir, who was assigned to watch this man and report to the good professor. But he let's say he just went out of his way and then found himself out of his depth and was captured. But he managed to report some things about this guy, Maincaf. He is here in London with some thugs, some men that are helping him. And I think that was all. We were in the meeting with Professor Smith. He asked you, very important thing, he asked you to bring this fest that you recovered to Professor Demir in Constantinople. For this endeavor, one Leopold von Hoffler was going to finance this expedition. He's an occultist, an ally of Professor Smith and Demir, and he's going to pay for the trip in the Orient Express so you can bring this artifact to Constantinople, the quickest way possible. It's aboard the Orient Express. It's a journey that takes 3 days across Europe to the this city of Constantinople in Turkey. He explained that he could not go to Constantinople because he was entangled some years ago with certain individuals, and for him to go to Constantinople is to invite death. So he asks you, you guys, that you do this for him. Everything has been arranged. You depart on the Wednesday, that's the day after tomorrow, because you are going to rendezvous with von Hoffler, who will board the train in Vienna. Okay, so after finishing these details and speaking further with Smith, he some venues of investigation are open to you. Professor Smith said that he wanted to go and check poor Matthew Pook's apartment. This is the guy who was found at the little apartment with the face on, and he died. And everything was.
And he had gone after Maincap, hadn't he? He had taken it on himself that he was going to try and capture Maincap.
Yes, no, he didn't want to capture Maincap.
So to capture the face.
The telegram he sent to Professor Demir said that he wanted to capture the face. Okay, but that didn't go well for him. So Professor Smith wanted to check his apartment to see if some evidence or some other notes could be found. Okay, given that this person was watching this group of people for several days since they arrived in London, and I think some of you were interested in researching further the blood red face. So several venues of investigations are open in London before is the day you have to depart on the
and
train.
That's
So
Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, the day after tomorrow, the Wednesday.
yes, you are on Monday. Monday morning, you had the meeting with Professor Smith. Well, the rest of the day and the next day are yours to do whatever you think you need to do before working. So, well, I'm going to leave you to it. You tell me what you want to do.
While still in the meeting with Smith, I want to ask him if Mencap is anything to do with his enemy in Constantinople. And that.
No, my friend,
That was
absolutely
Salim
no. I don't really think that they have anything to do with it. It's a different, let's say, philosophy or religion. This man called Salim Makriat. He's the one who threatens my life.
Yeah, it's just interesting that you have enemies in Constantinople, the same place where we need to go to destroy the Fez. It's just a curious coincidence. That's why I'm. Checking.
Well, yeah, I think, and I'm not totally sure about this. I think Menkaf at some point was aligned with this person Makriat, but
so you're saying now maybe there is a connection.
Demir told me that they seem to have had some kind of falling out. I don't really know how these evil people think or what their policies are, but I'm pretty sure Menkaf is acting on his own. And well, no, this really isn't about me, friends. I know only of this artifact thanks to Professor Demir, who is a good friend and a proven scholar about these things. He was the one who alerted me about this. So, but this is not really about me. I'm mixed into this just because he told his student that he could trust me for help, and well, that brought me to be summoned to that terrible garret, and that's why I asked for your help, and here we are.
Okay, of course, it was a curious coincidence. I thought it was worth a mention.
Well, yeah.
But you say now that maybe perhaps they were.
Constantinople is I mean, the Middle East is a very mysterious place, and many lost things come from there too. But as I said, yes, Menkaf may have had something to do with Selim Makriat at some point, but I don't think they're working together anymore, according to Professor Demir. So, I mean, this man is a powerful man in Constantinople, and Menkaf doesn't seem to have that kind of power.
And Menkaf, you say, is here in London right now, and that's how the Fez came to be here in London.
Well, yes, he came to London. He brought the Fez with him, and well, we managed to recover it.
So, Menkaf, you expect to be chasing us to Constantinople if we're taking it
well,
there? You expect that he would chase us?
Yes. Professor Demir was very specific. And I wanted to do that too, to warn you, my friends, that if you accept to do this for us, your life will be in danger. I don't know. I don't think Menkaf knows exactly that you have the Fez. Okay. I don't think, because really they don't. he doesn't know who you are, and I don't think he knows I am involved. I just arrived there after they left the poor man to his fate.
Did they know who Matthew was? When Matthew stole the fez from them, do they know who
No,
he is?
no. Matthew didn't do that. As we know, he tried to, and he was captured, unfortunately.
Alright, so he tried to steal it, he was captured, and they put it on his head then? Because Matthew
Yes,
was the one who was turned into the monster, and the head was like, the face
Yes.
was in his
Yes.
head. Yeah.
Yes, but I don't really know the motives of these persons. I don't know why they put the face on him and then left him. I was told by the landlady that this man left the premises quickly after the police was summoned, and they vacated the place and left the poor man to his devices, to his fate. So that could be the reason they had to leave the fest, because they could not take it from the man. I really don't know, but I don't want to tell you that you are safe, that they don't know who you are, because they could.
We have a couple of
You
days.
have to be careful.
We have a couple of days to do some studying and investigating. My man Tony's going to teach me how to use a gun, aren't you, Tony?
You're gonna try. But last episode, didn't we go to Angus's bookshop and stuff to hide the book?
No, that was where we put the fez in the safe in my bookshop. I think
Okay,
we
sorry,
discussed
yeah.
it. I don't think we went there yet. I think we discussed it, but I don't think we went.
You were thinking to do about today, because Professor Smith is in this meeting. He gave you the fez.
Yeah.
And he put it into in a hat box. These round boxes.
We discussed locking it up in my shop because I've got a safe, but we didn't do so yet.
Okay. We still have the hat.
I'm happy for that to be the next step, because while we're at my bookshop, we can all go together. We could drop off the hat there, lock it up in my safe, and I've got a spare key. I'll give one of you guys the spare key. Then I could just have a quick look around my book, see if there's anything worth grabbing before we take this trip, because I'm going to need some reading. I'm going to need something to read anyway. We're going to be on a long train ride, but there might be something worth reading. I might jog my memory about a red fez. There may be some story about a red fez that I've read before that might be in my collection. We can have a look.
You got anything?
Okay.
Obviously, we want to have a look in the library as well, but my shop might be worth a look.
Get Tammy some Victorian self-help books before she goes a bit mental as well.
Yeah, do a little.
You look about your collection, and you don't have anything any book that references this red fez in any way, but you know that your collection is a bit limited, but in the library of the British Museum, you could be able to investigate further about this.
Yeah,
you could reference several books there. You know that's the best place in London to do investigation like this.
Yeah, I want to do that also, but it was just
you may have a book that
anyway.
guides you. Okay, you might have a book that serves as a guide. Okay, like a reference, but you will need several to reference several books to piece together this, because the only thing you remember to have read in one of your books in your collection, it's a very brief passage about it, but not something conclusive.
Well,
it's just a legend in the Middle East.
The point is, we're going to my shop anyway to use the safe, so I could grab them just for some reading material and anything that might be relevant. I can
Okay.
Even anything that's not relevant, something for reading anyway. But we're going there to use the safe, so
Perfect.
should we actually formally go there then, and we'll go next scene at my shop.
Also, any of you have knowledge of Arabic or Turkish or Persian?
Latin, I think.
Man.
Sanskrit.
Oh yeah.
Because, well, yeah, it's going to be hard to research this without that knowledge. That said, you could hire a translator so he can help you to do this investigation, because you might find some books in English, but many books about this may be in another language.
If we're heading to Turkey, it might be worth picking up a translator, a wee NPC henchman
I was
tag
just
along.
thinking that the same thing. But if we're going to be in a different country, we should get someone
Might we?
who's maybe fluent in a couple of languages.
Yeah, might we be able to find someone in 2 days? We're in London, the seat of the empire. We can surely find a translator, a multilingual person, within 2 days.
Okay. Well, if you mentioned this to Professor Smith. Okay. Let me check. Okay, let me check something.
We were going to go to my shop. So is Professor Smith coming with us to my shop?
Well, he said he wanted in the afternoon to go and check Matthew Spook's apartment. That's what he was going to do. But if you told him to accompany you, probably he will do that.
Unless anybody objects, and also unless anybody wants to do something else first. Otherwise, I think we go to my shop and use the safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of this hat first, though, because we can't
Yeah.
be walking around London with
Can't
it.
just sit on it for 2 days. So next scene in the shop then, and Smith can come with us if he wants. Smith is my friend. He's a customer in my shop. He's welcome to come with us if he wants.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, Smith, if you mention this to Smith, that you want to research more, but you don't have, you don't know how to read Arabic or Persian, he tells you he can find someone to help you in your investigation. He has good contacts in the Oriental Club.
Well, maybe he can do that while we go to my shop then. He can find us a translator.
He can ask around his contacts, and most likely he will find someone that translates for you to help you investigate this in the library. Okay, you just need to tell him who is going to go to the library to investigate.
Well, first of all, gang, who's got the credit rating to be able to hire people? Because I don't.
Me.
I've got the safe.
Smith tells you.
I've got the safe already, remember?
That's the advantage to have a patron. A patron. He tells you.
That's right,
Oh,
yeah.
don't worry. I think with the money von Hoffler provided, I think I can find one of my contacts and pay him to help you, to accompany you to the library. Don't worry about that, my friend.
I think we should definitely hire an NPC translator, like.
Oh, but you want a translator to accompany you in your travels?
I'm talking about hiring someone to come along with us, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, guys?
Yeah, he can manage that. He can manage. I think.
I don't speak no Turkish, no Arabic.
He can find a graduate student and pay him and hire him to be your translator. Okay, so yeah, we are going to have a hireling.
Yeah,
a henchman.
That's what I meant. Unless anybody's got any other ideas for it, that's what I meant for a translator. We're gonna just try and hire somebody, pay them,
Yeah,
come along
yeah.
with us.
Okay, hiring him is not to be a problem, okay? Because this is being paid by Von Hoffler and Professor Smith. So there is no, and Professor Smith is an academic. Thank you for that follow, Imarudo. Welcome. Yeah. That's not going to be a problem. He's an academic. He has a lot of friends in the Oriental Club. So, with the right amount of money, he can hire some graduate student that accompanies you in your trip. Okay, so no problems there. Don't worry, friends. I think I can ask a few students come to mind. So you will have someone
Nice.
to translate for you. In fact, I'm thinking a college of mine. Oh, he will be perfect. And he's a fellow archaeologist, like me. I think Professor Worth will be fine. I have to talk to him because I think he's having a sabbatical. He's not teaching this year.
Oh, a professor, nice.
But yeah, I think Harry will be a good fit for you. I'm going to talk to him and let you know. Okay.
Sorry.
Nice. I thought we were getting a student. Now we're getting a professor. Even better.
Yeah. I think also Harry is a very good friend too.
Nice.
So I think.
What's his name? Harry what?
Yeah, it's Professor Harold Worth.
Professor Harold Worth.
My tripod has given up.
Oh,
It's just falling down. Sorry.
sorry. Still
Okay.
see you. You're still squaring the camera, like.
I know I keep checking and rearranging it, but I just watching it slowly go like this.
Sorry.
But I see you just fine, Tammy. I see you just fine. Okay, so what are you going to do? Maybe Smith just leave you, and he says he's going to talk to this Professor Worth and see if he wants to accompany you and help you investigate in the library. What are you going to do the rest of the day?
Well, I think after my shop, after we lock up the fez, that's then when we're gonna go do the next, like go to the library for some investigating. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna.
in the library, you can in the library you can ask for help
Yep.
for translation. You can find find a professor. That will take a little more time and maybe a social role to convince someone to give you a hand. Most likely some graduate student that.
Just before we leave my shop and go to the library, then.
Okay, you are going to go all together
Well,
to the.
I assume
the
that
library?
if we're just using my shop for the safe and moving on, before we move on from my shop, I want to grab a handful of books for reading for the journey. So like a half a dozen books, right? And I want to get something science fiction, something fantasy, and I want to just get a few different like light entertainment reading books, as well as I have an interest in the occult. So can any kind of something I've got that's occulty, can I take a book that's along those lines? So
Okay.
right, I'll
I'm not leaving for the trip just now, though.
yeah, I know, but we might not be back at my shop before we
Over
before we
2
go.
days.
maybe not. So I'll grab some books just now. I've got a book bag with me at all times anyway.
I mean,
so.
I suppose you're going to be back to your house or to pack your things, your clothes or stuff.
Okay, well, in that case, then, if I'm going to get another chance before we go, in that case, I want to grab half a dozen books that are occultish, and I'm going to do some reading tonight when I get home, or whenever I've got some downtime in the next 2 days. I'm going to do some reading. So I'm going to grab a half dozen books that are occultish, because I've got a personal interest in the occult, so I have books of that nature around. Okay?
Oh, all right, perfect.
Cool.
Perfect.
I'm going to run to the back.
Yeah, so, well, Professor Smith excuses himself and says that he wants to go to Matthew's apartment and see if he can find some more clues that poor Matthew left behind before he ran into his awful fate. So he just goes. I don't know if some of you want to go with him or just leave him be.
Yeah, I can go with him because I'm not smart, so I can't do any research for anyone.
Okay. Well, he says, "Oh, well, thank you, Tony. I don't think there's that something bad will happen. But I feel really safer with you around, my friend. I really appreciate that your company."
I'll do that.
So Anthony offers himself to accompany Professor Smith to Matthew's apartment, and I suppose the rest of you are heading to the library. Okay. Well, the first thing you must do is find someone that helps you with any Turkish or Persian books that you find that you surely will find given the subject of your investigation. So I will need some persuade or a charm.
I'm good.
Roll.
I think it's charm.
Yeah.
I'm really good at.
Now's my...
Yep, let me pull this up on screen here as well.
I have a 15
Yes,
charm.
just show those rolls.
Right. So I have got something really good on.
So, who is going to do the
yeah.
persuasion? You yourself, Angus?
I've got the charm. Oh, can you believe he failed? I'm going to push the roll, if you don't mind. Fuck me.
All right.
There we go.
Let's do this, okay? This is what is going to happen. Oh, okay. I was going to tell you the consequence.
No, I want to push the roll because charm I'm really good at.
Okay, because but I have to tell you the consequence before you do it. But,
Right, okay.
Doesn't matter. It's for your own good, of course.
No, tell me.
No, it's okay. You had a hard success.
That you passed.
What would have happened is that you try to charm your way into this graduate student, and you come on too hard, and it takes offense, and that causes an altercation in the library, and you are kicked out.
No. I'm definitely pushing the roll if I can.
You just push it, right?
Yeah,
you got a hard success, so no problem with there. Yeah, you find this Middle Eastern student who has come. You make conversation with him, and he says that he is in London doing a term here in anthropology.
Ooh.
And well, he is from Turkey, so he knows Turkish, and he is interested in your investigation, and he agreed to help you. So, let's roll for him. Okay, are you going to be all together researching and the library? Because if you are, with the help of everyone, you get whoever is going to roll library use gets one bonus die.
Okay, because my library use isn't the best.
I think Professor Merriweather is the academic here. If he is awake. So,
I was going to say, wake up, Professor.
I think he's
You said
licking his
library?
lips.
Library use?
Mine's is quite
Library
low.
use.
I'll take a roll anyway if you want. Oh, look! And
all right.
the prof.
Yeah. Well, you now. We are going to need also. We're going to need a roll from our new friend that I haven't thought a name for yet. I'm open to suggestions.
And this was a
But
student
he-
that's helping us, yeah?
He
The
has.
Turkish guy.
He has. Turkish is his native language, so he has 85.
Oh, nice.
And Turkish. So let's roll. I'm going to roll 1d100, and that's a hard success. And yes, the four of you together spend quite a bit time in the library researching everything that you can find about a blood red fest, and you begin to take notes. Actually, you spend all the day until the library closes, and then you are going to need a bit more. You will be able to take out some books, and you will spend part of the night until late night in one of your houses. You can decide whatever house you want, finishing up your notes or your investigations about this.
I'd
okay?
like to try
So
something
you
before
are
we leave
done
the
for the
library.
day.
No, well, if I can, see this chap that you've not named yet, the Turkish fellow, the student, can I try and persuade him to come with us also? See if I can get him
Yes,
as well
yes.
on board.
The man is really
He's really interested
really
in our
interested
investigation.
in investigation, and because he's doing studying anthropology,
and
so
the Professor
this is
Harold
very-
Worth might be really great, but this guy studies anthropology, same as what I studied, and he's a native Turkish speaker. So I want to try and convince him to come along with us. Worth a shot.
you want to convince him to travel with you to Constantinople?
Worth a shot.
Well,
I'm built.
he tells you that I don't know if you are going to reveal the entirety of your plans to him.
No, I just tell him that I need a
But-
translator and we're going to Turkey.
But if you invite him to a trip to Constantinople, he
Paid for.
tells you that he will be delighted to, but he has commitments in the university, and it's impossible to him to travel. But he thanks you very much for and the Orient Express. It's an experience that few people can afford
Worth a
to.
try. See if we'd gotten a translator and a spare tonight. That would have been some nice crew building. But never mind. Worth a try.
But but that was worth it. So you're done for the day until late night. So we will see the results later. But meanwhile, that afternoon, Professor Smith is accompanied by the good Anthony Taylor, big game hunter, to Matthew's apartment. Okay, and you arrive. It's a flat in a narrow building. It's this part of the city is called Lambeth. It's just a narrow building with a small flats. You enter the building. You see a door that says caretaker. Professor Smith says, "Well, let's knock on the door." And he knocks, and a man just answers the door. Well, an old man, and he says, "Yes, I am Griggs, Josiah Griggs. I am the caretaker of this building. What can I do for you?" I want. We are friends of Mr. Matthew Pook. He's a student, and he rents a room here. He passed away. I don't know if you heard. We are friends of his, and we wanted to take some things for his funeral. You see Smith really struggling to fast talk with this guy. He doesn't know very well how to lie to this man. Are you going to do something, Tony, or just let Smith on his own?
Tony's not that good with that, but he can be intimidating. So I think he's gonna start flexing his arms and maybe just show he's got all the guns.
Yes, Tony.
Beatrix to growl at him and just do that. So
okay, you do that, right? I'm going to make you roll, but not yet. Okay. Smith finishes his speech, and the man says, "Well, look, this young man has a standing debt with me of a total of £5. And so, as far as I'm concerned, everything in that apartment is mine. So, if you want to take anything from there, you just have to settle the debt this man had. And you can take whatever you want from there. But first, I need to be paid."
I'm pretty sure me and the professor can give him that much money.
Well, Professor, £5?
I would just hand him the $5. I would just hand him the $5.
Fuck me, £5 was a lot of money 120 years ago.
No, £5. No, at that time, £5 it's $25 more or less.
Okay.
And $25 is quite a bit of money in that time. So Professor Smith said, "Well, good man, I don't have the notes with me in my pocket, but he stammers. Okay, Tony, just make an intimidation roll."
Okay. Yeah, now Tony's gonna get angry. Okay.
Oh, Tony.
Ew.
Tony.
Well, I'm gonna. Can I push it? Because I've got enough stuff to push it.
Okay, but this is what it's going to look like. Okay, you will to push it because you flex your muscles and you open a bit your jacket to show your gun, but you don't see a reaction from the man. The man still is firm in what he's saying.
Flex
So
harder, Tony.
to push it will be like taking a more overt action against the man, like maybe slamming the door, or I'm not going to say pulling the gun out, but yeah, like it will take like a physical action, like slamming on the door and trying to be overtly intimidate. No, that's
Oh, that's Catherine.
That
oh,
was me.
I was going to say
okay.
Tony. For
So
fuck's sake.
go with intimidation. Sorry, and the consequence, this man is going to be angry, and he will call for help.
Okay.
I don't fail the push roll.
And I'm gonna push it.
Push
Tony's
it.
gonna get Beatrice to start growling at him and say that she's hungry.
Okay.
So I get to roll again, don't I? Hold on.
Yeah, you have to roll again, but if you fail,
Yeah, it's gonna be
there will be a
bad.
consequence.
If you feel it's disastrous, yeah. Come on, Tony.
Hard success.
Yay!
My man.
Mark intimidation. Okay, remember that we are in a campaign, so you are going to improve
Mhm.
at the end of the chapter. So you can hit that little square at the left of the skill. So you mark it, so you know that you have to do an improvement roll at the end, and then you take the mark off afterwards. So you slam on the threshold of the door, and loom over this old man, and he says, "Oh, well, I suppose you look respectable enough. Well, you can go upstairs, but anyway, if the guy is dead. That money is lost anyway." And well, he turns around and slams the door, but you can go upstairs.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna tell the professor that he should pay that guy some money, though, eventually.
Oh, yes, of course, Anthony. But you know, £5. I didn't think I would need that kind of money now. But yes, I will make a note to pay the poor old man. I hope he's okay. For a minute, I thought you were going to give him a heart attack, my friend. But it's a good thing you came along. Well, you go upstairs to this little flat where Matthew Pook lived, and it's a single room. It's piled with papers and notes, typical of a graduate student. Searching about, you see some letters from his parents. So correspondence between him and his parents. Smith looks at these papers and says, "Oh, well, I have to make a point to let these poor fellows know that the fate of his son. That's a very sad. It's a very sad day for all of us. These people are evil. These people don't stop at anything to get what they want." Okay. Okay. Give me a spot hidden check,
Okay.
Tony, and take a bonus die because Smith is with you, looking around too.
Okay.
Oh man, that's a.
Oh shit! That's
well,
a.
you have a bonus die, so it
Okay.
unless you roll 99 again.
Fine.
Oh, okay, that's
Thank God.
that's a success. Okay.
Roll
Yeah,
99,
bury it.
my days.
Buried
Maybe I
beneath
have to
all
take
these
some
papers and notes and letters, you find his journal. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you. Where is it? If I can find it first. All right.
Are you showing it to just him or to all of us? Just.
Well, it doesn't. I'm going to assume.
It was just for putting it
that-
up on stream if you are. Like,
Yeah,
well,
I'm going to put.
Sure, I
I'm
can
going
show
to put it. I
everyone.
just have to find it.
yeah, I'll pull Roll
Okay.
up on stream. So
It's not anything too fancy anyway. So it's okay. Matt, you and Smith sit for a bit and skim through this diary, and there are some extracts that grab your attention. I'm going to put this. Let me put it for the stream. But I wonder why. Oh yeah, I was clicking the wrong button.
see, I've got it up for stream already. Hey.
Yeah. So if you want to read it, Martin, or I can read.
I'll read.
Well-
I'll read it. Everyone, get ready because there's a lot
Okay.
of big words.
Okay, I'm going to assume that eventually you and Smith are going to share this information with your friends. So
Yeah, I will. So I'll read it. So it says, excerpts from the Journal of Matthew Pook. Excerpt 1. Mencap has a powerful influence on the gullible. He carries the blood-red fez that Professor Demir described in a nondescript hat box of dirty brown. Neither he nor his minions seem willing to touch it. My research at the British Museum have called me away from time to time, but my regular checks on Mencap and his minions reveal things are unchanged. They are stalking out a house in 3 Blithering Lane in Rotherhithe. I have asked around and learned a fez collector lives there. Professor Demir says I should be cautious, but I easily outwitted the clods Mencap fez guard in the place. I am confident none saw me. Excerpt 3. Mencap plans to depart soon on the Orient Express back to Constantinople. I saw him purchase tickets for he and his followers, though could not tell when they intended to travel. There seems to be something else he wants before he can leave London. It could not be the fez since he came to London with it. And finally, excerpt 4. I have decided to steal the fez from under Mencap's nose. While he is busy in Rotherhithe, I shall break into his room and steal the blood-red fez itself. With this as my prize, I can speed back to Constantinople and hand it over to Professor Demir. Imagine the look on his face.
Oh.
well, sadly we know that didn't go as planned. But well, after you finish reading along with Professor Smith, he says, "Oh, the fez collector," and rather, this address sounds familiar to me, my friend. Rotherhithe. I think I read something on the paper about this. Okay, I think we need to check some back issues these last days, because I'm pretty sure I read something about a fez collector in the papers. Oh yes, a murder. A fez collector was murdered last week. Oh well, let's I don't trust my memory on this matter. So if you like, Tony, could you accompany me? We are going to make a quick trip to the Times and see if we can get some back issues and see if we
that's
can.
cool.
Yeah, it is still early. This didn't take that much time. Not as long as our friends are taking in their endeavor. But yes, you make it to the Times office, and well, Professor Smith uses his credit rating and his good standing as a professor of the City and Guilds College of the University of London, and yeah, he's giving access to the back issues, and we are there with him, helping him check last week's papers, and he says, "Here it is. Here it is. Take a look, Tony. Take a look at this. I knew it was it rings a bell." And he hands you a newspaper from last Thursday. Going to show it to you, all the players, and to put it in. If you want to read it too, there, it's all yours.
Does someone else want to read this one for me?
I'll do this one if you want then. So, a newspaper article from the London Times: the Rotherhithe Fez murder. Cowardly killing of elderly Fez collector. Criminal gang still at large. Last Thursday night, elderly Fez collector Mr. Joshua DeVore, age 17, of number 3 Blethering Lane, Rotherhithe, was murdered during what police say was a burglary of his Rotherhithe residence. Described as eccentric but essentially harmless, Mr. DeVore was brutally bashed to death with a blunt instrument and his house ransacked. Mr. DeVore was noted for his collection of Fezes from all over the world, as well as Fez-related literature and memorabilia. No Fezes appeared to be stolen from Mr. DeVore's extensive collection of that particular headwear. A glass case containing examples of Fez literature in rare books and manuscript was overturned and smashed. Police suspect the damage was done in a mad search for money by the perpetrators. Inspector Kendall of Scotland Yard believes it is the work of a local burglar gang terrorising the vicinity. These rogues are getting bolder. It was only a matter of time before someone was done to death. End quote. The inspector assured the Times reporter that the gang would be apprehended and feel the full measure of the law. Rotherhithe residents are urged to secure their premises at night and to take appropriate precautions towards their persons.
Mr. Smith says, yes, you see, Tony, it's the same address. The same address Matthew spoke. There is no doubt, my friend. This poor old man was murdered by Mencaf and his cronies. But, well, the paper says no Fezes were stolen. And this was last Thursday, so we didn't have the Fez. They had it. So, what could they be looking for? I don't know, but I don't know what else to do. I suppose Mr. DeVore's house is a crime scene now. I don't know if it will be easy to get information. I don't know, and also it's quite a bit late, and I have to go back. Well, get ready, for supper, and well, I have a busy day tomorrow. I have some classes to impart in the morning, but take this information to our friends, and well, something was there, something Mencaf wanted. Well, we do not know what it is.
Yeah,
Maybe it was the people.
Sorry, what?
Maybe it was the people that they wanted, not the things. So they were looking for that guy, not for affairs.
You will have to investigate. So, Smith says his goodbyes to you. Thank you, Tony. I really appreciate your company today. It was invaluable, really. But I have to go back and get ready for tomorrow. Please, I hope we uncover will help you and the rest of our friends in our investigation. And then he departs to his house.
Okay, I'll go. I presume I'm meeting up with you guys at the bookshop. I guess we would have told somewhere to meet up. I guess.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Anthony,
Anthony, you go to the bookshop, okay? Then there's no one there. A couple of let's say like half an hour later, they show up with this Middle Eastern young man that you do not know, and they are carrying some books and papers and look really tired, and they keep investigating. They told you they are busy investigating during most of the night. But I'm assuming that at some point of the evening you have a little time to talk about what Anthony discovered.
We must have an evening meal together, surely.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you make a quick break.
All this studying and intimidating and all these vigorous activities. We must stop.
Even this guy, I haven't named him yet.
You think of a name for our. What did you say was from Turkey?
So yes.
Somebody Google popular Turkish name. Late 19th century.
I
was gonna say Gary.
Gary.
Well, we could. Whereas if Matthew was from Turkey, maybe he's son of a mixed marriage. Like maybe his mother is Turkish and his father is European. You know, Constantinople is under very European influence. So yeah, it's Gary, and his last name is I don't know.
Gary
I want to say Ahmed. Okay, yeah. Gary Ahmed.
There you go. It's got a European first name and a Middle Eastern second name.
And he's there. Well, he just joins for supper with you. And well, then you spend most of the rest of the night, the three of you, Catherine, Angus, and Professor Merriweather, who occasionally, I suppose, he drifts off. But at the end, you have pieced together a quite comprehensive investigation of everything you could find about this terrible artifact. But as you read all your notes and compilation and soak in everything you have learned, well, you have this now. Let's go first with the good, which is a little tome all you four have created, for lack of a better term. And you named, it's Gary's idea at the end, but you named these notes the Apocrypha of the Fest. And it's a little, a little tome of sorts.
The what of the face, sorry?
The Apocrypha of the Fest.
How do you spell
Did
that?
I show you this? No, I didn't show you. Now I'm showing you.
Oh, there we go.
Wanna read it, or you want me to read it?
Apocrypha of the face. I'll do it if you want.
I've done my reading.
Would somebody else like to do this one?
No.
I can do it. Don't worry. Okay, you put this like a brief. It's a brief summary of what your investigation on the history of the Blood Red Fest. The Blood Red Fest was ever an evil thing, made in the name of unspeakable powers so awful no sane man would even set down their names. First, the fest was spoken in the Ottoman courts around 1550, but some suggest it is older than that, dating back to ancient Greece. It was said to have the power to control men's minds and destinies in troll to some ancient evil, old before time. On rewards, drinking, bathing in, or simply spilling the blood of a prince while wearing the fez is said by some to bring princely favors of the dark gods, and by others to be the key to immortality. But such dark entities may view their principalities differently to our own. A warning. Pay heed to this warning, that wearing this abomination called the blood red fez will bring calamitous ruin upon one, as one renders up one's souls and one's mind to the unearthly will of the fez and its terrible masters. Only those most skilled in the ways of the dark arts can hope to survive such a thing, and for them, perhaps, the price is even more terrible. It is possible to control the fez and even hold its terrible purpose. Seekers after dark knowledge should consult the book The Whispering Fez. So you come up with all these things that you annotated, and it has taken its toll, of course. So we are going with, the bad thing.
We're going to roll sanity, are we?
Of course. Well, no, you don't have. You don't have to roll. That's automatic. All of you lose 1d4 points of sanity.
What? From the study session? From being study buddies?
And all of you gain 2 percentiles of Cthulhu Mythos.
2 percentiles of Cthulhu Mythos. Oh, so I lose 3 points of sanity. Fun.
Maybe can't afford to lose anymore.
No, normally, this would be a book that has to be studied. But since you were the one who researched it and practically put it all together, well, you automatically gain and suffer the consequences and gain the benefits.
So is it?
Also,
one
you have
sanity loss and 2 mythos points.
Yes, and you have a ritual that you are not sure if it works, but you have a ritual called Arrest the Fez Decline that is supposed to halt the wasting effect of the fez upon his wearer.
What's it called? Sorry, Leo?
Arrest Fez Decline. That's a new spell.
Red Fez Decline.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, poor Gary looks pretty shaken after all this, and he says, "Oh, well, my friends, I really, it was a very illuminating and interesting journey, but I don't know, something about this is really making me feel bad, and well, I think I should go home, and I have to get ready for classes, and you will have to excuse me," and he just goes away.
The poor boy, poor
himself
young
scares.
student kid, man. Does he just lose 3 sanity as well?
Oh, yes, he
From
lost.
being
He
part
lost.
of that. Oh,
He lost sanity just as you. Well, so
Can I check if Catherine's alright? Because she was a little bit unstable like yesterday. So can I check if she's like?
well,
with
this is
Catherine is 16 out of 25 sanity, and she's 7 Cthulhu points deep, like.
Oh, well, your threshold is still 5, so and it's a new day, so your losses of the
You
last
got
day
5
don't
mythos points
count.
last time though, so you have 7 mythos points total. Nice.
Yes.
I got 2. That's my first 2 ever mythos points ever.
Okay. Well, that's the first step into the road of madness.
Yeah, bring it on.
So, well, you have. I'm trying to check this. Well, I'm going to write it later into the tomes, into a section of the campaign, the spells, because arrest first decline is a spell that you have just learned. And well, with this, we all go to sleep. Well, if you can sleep after all this, well, yes. And
Sorry, do we all learn about this spell, the red face decline?
yes, the 3 of you, who
Studied,
put
yeah.
together this apocrypha of the face.
Oh, so this is like a spell I know. Ooh.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's a spell.
learned.
Technically, it's a spell.
Oh my days. That's cool.
Hey Leo, real quick. Do you
Yes?
regain magic points?
Yes. Magic points are regained at the rate of 1 per hour.
Oh, much faster than hit points.
Yes, it's a mental energy, and what happens if you run out of magic points? You hit 0, you pass out. But when an hour passes, you regain 1 and you wake up. But if you keep losing magic points after you are in 0, you begin to lose hit points. But that's in the case you want to power a spell with more than you have of MP. But
So you don't die from magic points like you die from hit points or sanity. Then
no, you just pass out. When you lose magic points, you feel tired, and when you hit 0 magic points, you pass out.
And from what I understand from the rules of the game, I've not cast a spell yet in my experience of the game, but from what I understand about magic in the game is, when you cast a spell, you use your magic points and your sanity. So you cast your spell, you take a magic points, like you lose so many, like a roll or whatever, and you also have to roll for sanity as well when you use that.
You don't have to roll for sanity. You lose an amount of sanity.
Okay.
Like 1d4, 1d6, 1d6, 1d10, depending on the magic spell. And some spells even cost power.
Oh, and power as well, yeah.
Because no sane person believes in magic.
That's right. So, well, here it is. Okay, I'm going to put a new section of spells, known spells, from the party in the campaign journal. Okay, but basically this is a short. Oh, and also this spell costs power, so whoever is going to use it is going to lose 5 power.
Ooh.
And it takes 1 minute to cast. This short mantra arrests the usual process of the fest for 24 hours by sacrificing a small amount of life force directly to the hungry fest. 5 points of power are lost. It can be cast by the wearer and also be applied to others by touching their face. Once the sacrifice is made, the wearer suffers no further ill effects from the fest that day, but remains at the same stage of degeneration. So, that's the arrest fest decline spell.
So we could cast this on somebody. We can make a fez appear on their head and like.
No, you use this.
Excuse me.
Correct. From your
Stop the
Yes,
fed.
stop it.
arrest to delay the
Oh,
process.
okay.
That's what you have learned from your studies. So, well, the next day arrives, this Tuesday, and you are all together in the. Well, you all spend the night at the bookshop. Were too tired after all this investigation and society-wrenching investigation and creation of a new mythos tome. And well, I suppose you are around, laying about, just Professor Merriweather just sitting in a chair, sleeping.
Leo, if we have transport, and I'm sure if we've got one of us has the credit rating for a taxi for a horse and carriage, then you don't have to sleep in the shop. I've got a family house with a spare bedroom and a wife to make us breakfast and stuff.
Oh, no problem then. Yeah, I remember that you have a house nearby.
Not nearby, a few miles away, outside of the city centre, just.
The problem is that at the time of the night of the morning, you finish doing what you were doing. There are no carriers or about, so you have to
worth a try
to spend the night there, all of you. So the next day comes, you all wake up and whatever place did you fall asleep? Where did you fall asleep? It's a bookshop.
What's all in your shop?
Shelves. There's a counter in the front. There's a counter with space for one person behind it, and then there's like a little shop that's like not much bigger than a living room and a kitchen combined in your average house with 3 or 4 rows of books. There's about enough floor space for the 4 of us and a dog. Just.
Oh, cool. Tony sleeps naked, so he's naked in the shop window. Maybe with like a book, with one book to cover himself. And Beatrice will snuggle up next to Charles to keep him warm and make sure he doesn't die.
Yeah, okay. Well, Professor Merriweather, I suppose you found a comfy chair, if there is one, just to lean on your
comfy dog.
Where's lady is supposed to sleep? Like, nah, I'm joking. I'll just lie on. I'll sleep on the floor, but maybe like Bagsy tucked in behind the counter.
A little bit private.
All right. Well, you wake up the next day. Well, you three are tired from your experience last night. Tony's fresh. He just was there for moral support. But well, well, you tell me, what do you want to do this day? You have to depart tomorrow to catch the Orient Express in France. So you have only this day to do whatever you
Is this
want
Tuesday
to do.
now?
Yes.
Hey. Well, Tony, do you have enough ammunition for those guns of yours?
Yeah, I think Tony will have restocked, at least for today.
Sharpening block for those knives of yours?
Yep.
Tony's
prepared.
Can I try and I'm going to put together a first aid kit. And I've got my survival knife from Tony. I'm going to take some reading material, my occult books. I'm going to take my occult books with me.
Okay, you put some occult books in your satchel.
Cigars, chocolate, a letter from my wife.
Oh, well, you go to your house then on the morning.
No. This is. We were just thinking about what we're taking with us. Sorry, this was just us planning packing.
Okay. No problem with that.
You're like, Charles, have you got your false teeth and your listening cord? Are you ready?
Your walking stick.
Oh, my listening cord, man. I
pick up a walking stick because my back hurts like a bitch this morning.
Listening cord.
Yeah, Professor Merriweather. I suppose it has been a long time since you had such a long research night. But yeah,
I think
it's a bit sleepy.
maybe
Everyone's a bit sleepy.
when I told my wife about what's going on, or if she ever gets introduced to the group, she would probably like sew a little pillow or knit like crochet a little pillow for the old man, because she's like that. She's a good.
Yeah, but that
woman.
was I asked if you what do you do Tuesday morning?
Well, I need to go to my house to pack up stuff, and why don't I take the guys to my house to meet my wife and that, and we can get like some provisions there from a nice family home.
Okay, guys, you want to go with Angus to his house and meet his wife?
Unless anyone else has got a better idea.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Beatrice and be like, let's go, dog. Since I think it's time.
I think Beatrice can see there's like old bits of meat in your bed, so she's just looking up at you, like following you around.
Okay, well, yeah, you go to Angus' house and tell us, Angus, how's your wife?
Well, my wife's happy. All three children are away now. The two oldest are working, and the youngest is in university. So we've got 2 spare bedrooms, so there's plenty of space for all of you. We have an ice box, one of these newfangled ice boxes. We had ice boxes in 1896, didn't we? Or 1993.
1893. I suppose. I mean, it's a nice box. It's not like
She makes ice cream anyway. My wife makes ice cream.
it's on those times. I think people just had a literal ice box, just a box, and they put ice on it, and that's all. So I don't know.
We're not rich.
If
She won it in a raffle or something. She won it at the bingo or something. We're not well off or anything. We try to make out that we're comfortable, and there's lots of food in the cupboard for the guests and that, but we're very working class.
You won this at the bingo?
It was the top prize of the whole year, yeah.
Ah.
And so my wife Mary, she's like, yeah, it was top prize for the whole year, and woo! She's total beaming because she won this thing at the bingo. There you go, aye. She won. So this icebox was top prize it was the national prize for the bingo for the year. She goes to the bingo every week, and they do a national prize.
You're in like 1893 America, is it?
No, we're in
illegal
London.
bingo?
We have-
Sorry. But is it even legal?
Bingo, yeah. This is gambling time. This is gambling and drinking time. This is before the gambling and drinking. We've got all sorts of drugs and everything at the end. It's the end of the 19th century. It's great.
Like, I'm just imagining buzz boxes, I think.
So great. Do you tell your wife you plan to travel?
Definitely.
The Orient Express.
We'd have to tell her what's going on. Yeah. I wouldn't tell her about the monster that came up from the dead guy and with the giant tongues and the crazy red face. I would just tell her that we have to go to Constantinople and it's scientific research, and I would tell her that I've come out of retirement as a scientist, because although I just was a laboratory technician, I've always told my wife that I was a scientist, and she thinks I'm the man. So,
she said, "Okay, honey, I mean, you tell something about Professor Smith, or you just leave him out of this?"
I would mention Professor Smith because she knows Professor Smith. So to get
yes, she knows. Well, yes. Good, Julius. Just please, send him my love when you speak to him. He's one of our best friends.
I will, thank you, sweetheart. And you just make sure you look after the boys. I'll be back in no time.
Oh yeah, well, I'm really envious. You know, the Orient Express they say it's super luxurious, like something few people ever see. It's true. You can go to Constantinople in 3 days.
An innovation, a wonder of the modern world, my darling Mary. And I am going to be able to see it, and I'm going to be able to tell the boys the story. So you just hold the fort here and you look after everything, and I'll be back before you can even shake a leg.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you, sweetheart. Tell the boys I love them.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Well, with that, well, you pack your things and get ready.
So so I'm packed now. I've got clothes and cigars and all that stuff now.
I think Tony wants to be a bit sneaky. I think he'll be whispering to Catherine about so we know this.
You better be sneaking around my house, Tony.
No, while you're with the kids, I'll be whispering to Catherine about what does she think about this Mencalf guy? Because we know he's got tickets to the train, the Orient Express. I'm like, do we see if he's on our train before? We could probably do some sleuthing about before we get on the train to see if he's going to be on our train or.
Well, the problem with that is that Matthew Pook didn't know when he was going to travel. He just saw him purchase the tickets, but he didn't know when he was going to travel. And well, you already have your tickets purchased and arranged to depart tomorrow. The plan is to rendezvous with von Hoffler in Vienna. He's going to board the train in Vienna, and well, then from there, to Constantinople to meet Professor Demir, and hopefully find a way to destroy the Fez. As Smith told you, if there is a way to destroy the Fez, surely Demir will find it.
Okay.
So, that's Angus packed and ready. Well, the rest of you, what do you want to do today? You want to pursue some of the leads you still have? We want to go to your house and get ready for the trip?
Yeah. I don't stay in London, so I've been staying in a hotel.
Yes, you have a friend with you in the hotel.
Yeah.
What do you tell her? What do you tell her?
Just that I need to stay in London on business, and that she needs to go back home to the school for me, and she'll leave as planned, but that I'm staying on.
Oh, okay. Are you sure you're going to be okay by yourself here?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I'll go with Catherine. I'm scared she'll get scared by a spider and go insane on the way home or something.
Nah.
And Professor Merriweather, what are you doing after you leave Angus's house? So you're going to stick with Angus? You're going to stick with Tony and Catherine? Are you going to your house and get yourself ready?
I wasn't going to wake him
I don't really
up.
have much.
If he fell
I'm
asleep
just
in
gonna
the
get a
armchair at my
walking
house, I wasn't going to wake him up. Sorry.
Well, but
Yeah,
at
no.
least some some sleeping gown or something you must have.
Yeah.
I mean,
My wife would. But it would be comfortable and warm if he fell asleep in my house. That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
well, I suppose
Go ahead.
Merriweather said just going to be. I will later by the house and just pack a bag with the essentials and yeah, that's all. He doesn't need much.
Nah, sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt. I was just saying, if he fell asleep at my house, it would have been warm and had a blanket over him and everything anyway, so.
I mean,
Oh,
it probably would be passed out during the time that you're packing and stuff.
Yeah, at
Hopefully
some
in a
point.
chair instead of a floor this time.
Yeah, the chair
It'd be a
see.
rocking chair, it was my father's.
Okay, that's ouch. I just picturing Merriweather in the rocking chair, he's sleeping. Right.
Oh, nice rocking chair.
And Angus's wife just brings a blanket and puts it over the old man. Like, you wake up, you wake up, Merriweather, and you see you have a blanket on you. Are you okay, Mr. Merriweather? You seem. I hope you're warm.
Fine. I just had a rough night last night. I've never had to sleep on a floor in my old age.
Oh, that's terrible. Angus, are you putting this poor old man To sleep on the floor of your bookshop?
There's no one else to sleep in the shop, I'm afraid, but bar the floor. Mary, sweet darling, sweetheart, you know that
I'll
shop's
give him-
no bigger than we could
should have-
afford.
You should have given the poor old man your cot.
I don't have a bed in the shop, you know this.
You had a cot the whole time.
I never had a cot in the shop. She's crazy. Mary, go back to bed. You're insane. Take your lithium.
All right. Well, Angus, you leave your house. Catherine goes to her hotel to send off her friend and get ready her things, and Tony goes with her. And let's say you take the morning, okay, and get your things ready. Well, Meriwether, what do you? Well, actually, Catherine and Tony are the ones who have to spend the morning going to the hotel and getting ready. I suppose Tony at some point will go to his house and get ready in the morning. And Meriwether, you are just to stick with Angus then?
Yeah, I mean, I would just need like a little hand, like duffel bag, you know, of maybe like a change of outfit and then a walking cane.
Okay, yeah, you go to your house. Well, Angus, you're going to
I can
might
escort
accompany-
Meriwether home, or there'd be a walking cane and a change of clothes for Meriwether here if he doesn't want to go home. I can provide both those things.
But will it fit?
Absolutely.
Him, or?
What size is? Well, is Meriwether a big man or is he quite a wee man?
What's your size, Meriwether?
My size is 75.
He's
Oh,
tall.
Nah,
He's a tall man.
Probably can't dress him like. Nah, we're a very skinny, small family. Nah, probably can't dress him like.
Well, Meriwether has to go by his house. I suppose Angus, you can
I'm happy to go with.
accompany the old man.
Yeah.
And well, after that doesn't take too long. And what are you going to do the rest of the day?
Excuse me. Well, I've got everything I need to go for the journey, Meriwether. What do you need to get? Do we need to get anything else for you? Do we need
Nope,
to do
I'm
anything?
set. Nothing for me.
Should we just...
Having your things ready. Well, you have your things ready for the next day, but you still have some time today and Tuesday. There anything else you want to follow up today?
Well,
I mean, we could go to the house that got robbed.
Well, that's what I thought, and I know that it might be taped off, but if we were even just to have a look around the outside or drive past or be familiar with it, I thought was a good idea.
have a look.
Speak to the landlady or whoever owns it.
Okay. So, me and Meriwether went home to Meriwether's house and got his clothes and a change of clothes, change of diaper for him. Whatever.
I just imagine he's just packing his sleeping gown, like this long sleeping gown with the little hat.
The pointy, yeah,
And
the pointy.
pointy hat. He sleeps in. So, well, you get ready. I suppose you all convene in some place. I suppose your bookshop. Everyone's packed and ready, but well, since you still have time to follow some leads, you are armed with a bit more of knowledge that you had before, but maybe you can find out more before you depart. So, did you say you wanted to go then to the house that was robbed?
I thought we should go past it at least.
Well, hang on, because Tammy wants to finish at 12 or roughly nearish 12. Is it worth saving for next week or should we?
Yeah, for next week.
For next time, sorry.
Next time, by next week, it's going to be complicated. I think because we have been, well, yeah, it's like midnight over there for you guys.
Martin's
So, look, if you want, we can do if you want to go to this house, you can go there. That should not take too much, and we can stop the session with you guys departing, going to the train, going to
Yeah,
catch
good
the train.
place.
Yeah,
That's a
Good
good place,
place
yeah.
to stop. Good
Okay.
place to stop. Yeah.
it's not a problem
Works
for me.
better.
If it's okay with you,
Works
Tammy.
better continuity wise as well. Like.
Hey, that's the team effort. I'm proud of you, Tammy. Well done. It's not a problem for me.
I'm on
Okay,
Twiglet.
alright.
I'm on Twiglet's power now, so I've got a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I can't stay super late. I still want
I
to
can't.
finish.
No.
As soon
Well,
as
that's
possible.
what we are going to take. Like this is going to take like 15 minutes, I suppose.
Oh, that's fine.
Perfect.
And then we leave this session there as you depart
That's perfect. I appreciate it.
for your trip. Okay.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Okay. Well, you all go to this house. I want to take a look at the house number 3 on Rotherhithe Street. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, you pass by this house in the front. On the front of the house, you just pass by, and it's a single. It's a small cottage. Probably has 1 bedroom only. It's closed, of course, and you see a constable guarding it. And when you pass by, you notice you check the place out. You notice there is a back door. The constable is just guarding the front entrance. He's just standing there with a bored look in his eyes.
So are we going to try and get in the back then?
Well, how many of
Or
us?
you could try to
I'm happy.
convince.
I'm happy to talk to the cop part. The rest is go around the back if you want.
I could talk to him as well.
Yeah. We'll chat
Okay.
up.
Are you going to try to just distract him, or just try to see if you can convince him to let you guys in?
I was thinking
Nah,
we'd
they'll
engage
not-
in full-blown
they'll-
conversation while they go round the back.
Yeah.
That was my
But
plan.
but distract him with actual sensible questions because he might just answer you. So like ask actual helpful questions while you're bothering him.
Okay, then your intention is to distract him. Okay, that will require a
But like
charm.
Tammy says, ask him proper questions about it.
Okay,
Same
but
time.
to distract him, you will need a fast talk or a charm
Okay.
roll to grab his attention and distract him successfully. And the guys that are going to, or the guy that is going to go into the back will need stealth.
Okay. I rolled the charm.
And okay, and possibly locksmith, because it may be locked.
So Charles is coming with me to chat the guy up,
Yeah.
and Tony and Catherine go round the back. Yeah. Nice. Good luck.
Oh.
Stealthed it.
Yes,
let-
Tony.
Stealthed it.
Do you need me to
stealthed it.
roll
Oh,
charm
right.
as well?
Okay. Stealth. Catherine and Tony. All right. Cool. Perfect. Well, you Charles and Angus come up to this constable and begin to chat him up. And how does that look? What do you say to this man, the two of you?
Well, I'm using charm, so it's mostly just like talking to him about how you doing, and like, oh, it's funny seeing you at this time of night, and did you hear about the murders round there, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just trying to confuse the guy with my niceness. Like, I'm not even talking about anything that's relevant to anything. I'm just chatting him up. Oh, this is the old man. This is Merryweather. Merryweather, say hello to the. What's your name, sir?
Stevens. I'm Constable Stevens.
Constable Stevens. It's lovely to meet you, Constable Stevens. So many of my best friends are in the police force. It's lovely to meet another one. I think you'll probably be my friend, Constable Stevens. It's Angus Alexander the First. I want to shake your hand, and so I'm just giving him the bullshit and giving him the secret handshake just to make sure, see if he is or not, see if he isn't. All
right, yeah, you charm the guy up. He is well. At least you are amusing him because he was really bored, and you just are making his day.
Right, get in there, boys. Get in there.
Meanwhile, Catherine and Tony very stealthily get into the back of the house, and unfortunately, it's locked.
Oh,
And Catherine, have you got any lockpicking skills with all your...
my locksmith is only 1, so no.
Mine's 1 as well. I think
you can still roll. You can...
Yes, you could try to break down the door. It's not a very strong door, but it might grab the attention of a certain Constable Stevens. You know what?
No, I've got Stevens under wraps. Don't worry about Stevens.
Let's.
I'm
going to let you go without making it. You can go ahead, okay? You don't know this, but yeah. Constable Stevens is pretty distracted. You got a hard success, Angus. So, yeah, it's pretty distract. This. So go ahead, do a strange check.
Yay!
You kick down the door, Angus. You hear from the back a bang, and Constable's just like he seems to have noticed the noise. What do you do? Quick. What do you tell him?
Oh, me and Seamus, we went way back. We were, and I think we knew this gentleman too. I'm just gonna start talking louder and babbling.
Yeah, you speak loud, like a deaf man.
What?
What did you say? Okay, I'm going to let you go, get away with this, with that hard success, guys. So you kick down the door, Tony and Catherine. You have access to the house. Okay. The interior of the house, as the paper said, has been ransacked. There are faces everywhere, from all types, colors, etc., etc. There is a smashed cabinet, smashed glass cabinet on the floor in the living room, and you see a dark brownish stain there.
It's Twiglet sauce.
What do you do? There is a little studio there with this roll top desks that were used in that time.
Is it just one story? One level?
Yes, it's just one story. It's a very small cottage. In fact, there's only bedroom there.
Okay.
So, what do you do?
I'm gonna have just a quick look around. and just see if there seems anything odd, or I know it's been ransacked, odd or like out of place, or
Okay, we have a spot here.
Ooh.
Hard success. Catherine, you begin to look around. Well, it's hard to make any sense of this disaster here, but you go to this roll top desk in the studio and open it, and you find some papers, and you begin to search, and you see a letter addressed to the late Mr. Joshua Devore from one Mr. Leeds from Pera, Constantinople.
ooh,
It offers the princely sum of £100 for the book The Whispering Fess. The letter says he understands that this book has recently come into Mr. Devore's possession. There is no envelope or no address from the sender. The letter is dated 2 weeks previous to this day. And also, you see laying there a ledger. It's a big ledger. You peruse it and see it's some kind of. This ledger contains the details of all the faces and books of this collection for insurance purposes. It's a very big tome. Maybe with some accounting skills, you could get some information from it quickly.
or we could take
Catherine.
it and take it to the person
Catherine,
who was helping.
we should definitely. This is an account of all the phases. We should definitely document this. Bring this with us.
I know, but it's massive.
It's a big ledger. It's like there's all
right.
ledgers.
That's fine. I've got a book bag and 2 strong shoulders. We can take it.
Didn't you say you filled it with occult books for the trip?
Aye, but I can put them in a briefcase and someone else can carry them. There's 5 of us. Come on now.
Yeah, but
We can take a ledger.
But
We can carry a ledger.
We're inside this house and you're standing outside talking to this cop.
Yeah.
Where you're in a briefcase and a
Alright,
ledger.
sorry, yeah, I'm not there. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there.
yeah, you're not there.
Tony would be like, if we can't study it, just rip some pages out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well,
But that
so none of you have accounting, I suppose, no?
no, I've
well,
only got 5.
Well, I'm going to. I can take a library
Yeah,
use check,
I do
but it's going to be
actually.
hard.
I do have accounting,
Yes, but you're not there.
but I'm
But
not there
I'm going to-
exactly.
You can either grab the ledger, but the problem is that it will be harder to sneak out back the same way with the ledger in tow. Okay, let's check the rolls. Low on accounting, failure and failure. Well,
You can push the low
well,
one.
you
sure
can
you
use
can?
1 point of luck. Okay, I'm not going to tell you
Aye.
want to spend the point of luck or not. It's
Excuse me.
I'll send it.
Excuse me. Yeah.
okay. Mark. Remember, guys. Remember to mark your successes because I always forget to tell you. But when you have a success that accomplishes something in the game, remember to mark the skill so you can have an improvement roll later. Okay. Remember. So mark accounting.
Library use.
You do
No,
low, damn it.
you.
Low.
It was. Oh, sorry. I was low.
You need to use one luck point, though.
but you have how much of a sorry that was not a success then, it's just low. You have accounting how much? Just
One.
And library use
20, so my roll would have been the same.
oh the same. But as I said, I can take library use, but it's going to be hard because it's not the appropriate skill. It's just a similar skill, but not the same. So no, you can't make anything out quickly.
She can still get it with luck
this
points though, because
ledger.
she's rolled a 21.
But don't
Maybe it's
spend
be
the
hard.
put your
No.
don't
But it has
spend
to
it.
be hard.
And don't spend the luck. Don't spend the luck. So, well, it's a very look. It's a very long ledger that details in fastidious detail every single fest and book this man had. You remember, Tony, from the paper that according to the police, no fest was stolen. So
But if they were looking for the red one, can I quickly scan the page to see if I can see?
there are a lot. You see around you, there is a lot of red faces of
Okay.
every single size and shape.
That's the face colour, really, isn't it?
Well, no, there are other colors, but there are a lot of red and different tones of red faces. So
Can I be looking around the house for this Whispering Fez book? Because
you
he has
search. Well, you search every book that. There are several books laying about this smashed cabinet. You check these books. None of them is the Whispering Fez. And
That's all the books in the house. Like,
Yes.
I mean, like in the room, yeah.
yes,
can
yes.
Safely say either the book's not here, so either someone has it, but it's probably not here.
Yeah, you search. You
Okay.
don't find any more books, really.
I just wanted to say as well that I would put that letter in my pocket. The letter that I found before the ledger.
All right, perfect,
I'd put that in my pocket.
perfect.
And then I would probably
Okay.
suggest getting the hell out of here.
If you guys are ready to leave the house, I'm not going to make you roll again. If you leave just the same as you enter, if you leave the ledger, if you want to take the ledger with you, it's going to be another roll because it's a different thing to
Nah.
whoa.
None of us have got accounting to look at anyway, so.
Well, a guy that runs a shop should know some accounting, but you're not sure, and it's a risk.
Fine,
So-
Tony will try. Tony doesn't mind. So.
Okay, Tony, go
Another
ahead
stealth
and
roll.
another stealth roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let Catherine go out first in case I make a loud noise or something.
Okay, Catherine,
Thank
you
you.
clear out. You manage
Yeah.
to clear out, and he's going to try to sneak about
Hey!
with
Hey,
hard success.
Big 20.
Well, you are very sneaky and grab the ledger and manage to get past this constable with this big book on tow. And yeah, Charles and Angus, so your friends by the you see your friends clear out the house when
Okay.
they're still with Constable Stevens.
Anyway, Stevens, it was lovely speaking to you.
Me too, lad. Thank you.
Clean up your act.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Disgrace.
Yeah, sir. Take care.
I have a lovely. Then thank you very much for your service, of course.
That's no need, sir. No need.
Country
It's
would be
my
nothing
duty.
without you.
Do you not see his shoes? They're all muddy. He doesn't even keep up his uniform.
Charles, he's just a young man. Give him a chance.
Have some respect for
Sorry,
the
sir.
uniform.
Sorry,
Aye,
sir.
of
Sorry,
course,
sir.
of course, Charles.
I-
But have some leniency for the younger generation. They're only just learning. They don't have your nobility. Give him a chance. He's just a young man member, and I'll give.
What are we doing out here?
I'll give the policeman a little wink as we leave. Like, don't worry about it, son. Don't worry about
Mr.
it, son. I've
Mr.
got the old
Alexander,
man.
is your what is your age again, Angus?
50.
Oh well, and Charles is like 60
67.
something.
67.
Well, he says, oh, Mr. Alexander, is he your father? Your father he's all right.
I wish this man was my father. I only just wish this man was my father, and you wish this man was your father. This is Professor Charles Merriweather, and you'll be honoured that you met him this evening. And we'll have a good eve, and thank you so much for your audience. We will be going now. Goodbye. Thank you.
Sure. Take care, good sir. Well, you clear out the premises, and you see Tony, who apparently got frozen in his camera. All right. Then, well, you see Tony with this big book, this ledger, and
good work, Tony. Good work.
What else? You meet up with your friends. What do you do?
I just threw the.
I congratulate Tony on a job well done. First of all, well done, good chap. Well done.
That's my job, to steal stuff for you nerds.
Well done, and I'll shake your hand on a job well done, and I'll start to peruse the book.
Yeah, I'll tell them that I found a letter of interest. But we need to go. Yeah, we have to go we shouldn't be reading a book outside a crime scene.
Yeah, are we going back to the bookshop or to my house or somewhere else?
Bookshop makes sense. We've got to look over this stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not sleeping on a floor again.
I could get. Well.
But we could book a taxi. There'll be like a local horse and carriage guy, and we tell him to come back at whatever time.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could have, but that's cost money. No taxi.
But it's all expenses paid on the Baron. Hang on, I'll just check his name.
Yeah, Catherine's the rich one, so.
Anyway, you unless you're planning the long night again, you can find transportation to your houses or whatever, or to. At night, just not that super late at night. Okay, so you convene then in the bookshop then. Okay, well, I assume you share your information with them, with what your findings.
Aye.
The Whispering Fez is what we had in the Apocrypha.
Sorry?
The warning from the extracts from the Apocrypha of the Fez.
Mm-hmm.
It mentioned the Whispering Fez, so.
Yes, but it wasn't nowhere to be found. There was this letter that Mr. DeVoe received 2 weeks ago from one Mr. Leeds. And he offered 100 pounds for the book. It's a very high sum of money. It is the equivalent of $500 at the time.
I'm a book dealer. That's my profession. Do I know anything about this book? Have I heard of this before now, or is this the first time I've heard of it?
You haven't never heard of this book before,
okay.
But
maybe
make an accounting roll, because you can search the ledger for all the books this man has. Okay.
Oh, come on! Can I push the roll, please?
there is no bad consequence for it.
It's 50-50.
You don't-
I might as
you
well.
You don't get much information about the contents of the collection. You say you are going to have to trust the police when they say no fest was missing. But you do find a collection of books there, and you fail to quickly find the Whispering Fest. But you see, you know that this book, the book, The Whispering Fest, by the information you can find there, is not. Not the particular book, but you know as a book dealer that a book that costs, that if someone is willing to pay £100 for a book, it must be a very, very, very valuable one for that person, because for a book to be valued for insurance purposes in £100, it must be like a super rare old manuscript or something like that. And for what you see here is not that case. It's just a book. It's a rare book, but not a manuscript, not an original manuscript or a scroll or something really, really with a huge historical value.
So
okay?
its bounty is way much more than this book's actual value.
It's pretty evident to you that you don't know by how much, but you don't think the official value of the book is, for a collector, the market is that. So this Mr. Leeds must really want the book.
It's probably for the knowledge that it contains more so than anything else. But do we see a transaction at all for the book? Like, did it sell for the £100 to whoever was interested?
I'm not going to make you sweat more with this later. If four of you commit the rest of the night, you're not going to have to sleep on the floor. Just the rest of the afternoon to read this ledger. Yes, you will see that. You don't know. You can't know if they stole a face, because you don't have the faces with you to count them. But you will have to trust the report. But you don't see any transaction for the book at all. If you check the last 2 weeks in transactions, you don't see any transaction for the book. And you do find, at some point in the night, you do find the book was a lot, was part of a lot from an auction house, and it was valued officially in £25 by his antiquity and rarity, but nowhere close £100.
So I'm thinking he either didn't notate the sale of the book due to whatever reason, or that's what was stolen by whoever burglared his home and killed him.
Aye, it was stolen, or the buyer was anonymous.
Well, it's pretty clear. This information, you have this information in the journal. Matthew Pook was watching these people while they were casing the house of this poor man. So, well, it's 2 and 2. Well, it's pretty safe to say who murdered this guy. So, with this, that takes you the whole night, and you have to if you want to catch a ride to your house or whatever place you want to sleep more comfortably and get ready for your trip, you have to go right away and go to the next. This day is spent. And well, it's Wednesday. You have to depart today for to catch the Orient Express in France.
So this is the Tuesday night before the Wednesday morning, right? Can I make sure Meriwether goes home and gets a proper night's sleep in his bed?
Proper 14-hour old man sleep. Just like most
no, it's
of
like a 4-hour sleep. They sleep less and less as they get older.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Old people sleep way less.
True, yeah. Old people sleep less and less. Like
it's just broken up throughout the day.
You have to wake up early because you got to be ready to the next day. The next day you depart from the Victoria Station at 10 a.m. in the morning to make a connection with the Orient Express, because the Orient Express does not pass or does not depart from London. It departs from France. So,
we go from Victoria Station, London to...
Yes.
Are we going to Dover from there? Where are we going from there?
Yes, actually, you will do a very pleasant journey out of the city and into the countryside. Yes, from the countryside of Kent to Dover. There you will board a steamer that will take you across the channel to Calais. And you arrive at Calais at 1:40 p.m. Then, after that, after a short stay in the afternoon, you take the connecting service from Calais to Chalon-sur-Marne. And, well, there, at that station, you will join the Orient Express. And in the night and the evening, at 10:26 p.m., this service is clock accurate almost always. And well, let's leave the session here, so you can. So we do the proper boarding in the train and all the stuff with plenty of time. But let's just leave our friends as they await. They await the connection to the Orient Express. Okay.
So we're boarding the train at we're boarding the train at London. Sorry.
Yes, you board a train in London. It takes you to Dover. You take a steamer there, then to across the channel to Calais.
Oh, yeah.
And then there you take a connecting service to Chalon-sur-Marne. And in that station there, you will join the Orient. When the Orient Express passes there, your carriage will join the Orient Express. But we're going to leave that for the next session, where our investigators board the Grand Orient Express. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this session, and thank you for playing, guys.
Hey, thank you, Leo.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone who was watching the stream.